What's good? What's really good, y'all? It's your boy Aaron Bevins, the millennial entrepreneur. I'm here with Brandon Chantel. What's good, B? How you doing today?
Doing good, man. What's up, boss man?
Man, I'm living life and loving it, bro. Living life and loving it. So I'm
Sure.
excited about today's show because Brandon and Chantel have done some pretty incredible things in business. They're making waves. Where are y'all tuning out of? Where y'all
We're in south of Houston. We're in Pearland, Texas. So you pretty much said Houston.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to talk about some of the things that Brandon and Chantel are doing, some of their licenses to brag in the wholesaling business, and some nuggets that we can get from how they're operating their business and things that they're doing. Because let me tell y'all are going to be hearing about Brandon and Chantel a lot because they take this business seriously. They treat it like a business, and that's why they're seeing some of the results that they're seeing. So right after this intro, we're going to get right to it.
We made it, that's facts, ayy. We the greatest, that's facts, ayy. Prices raising, that's facts, ayy.
That's right.
But we paid it, that's facts, ayy.
I did.
They hate it, that's facts, ayy. Cause we changing, that's facts, ayy.
We did.
Can't blame them, that's facts, ayy. Cause we made it, that's facts, ayy. Cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been, I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. I know you wanna look up for this. Baby, let me turn you up a bit. You said you made it through hell and back. Give me the scoop, baby, tell the facts. Gonna be fine.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So first and foremost, let's hop into this. Brandon,
Yeah.
how did you and Chantel get into real estate and stumble on wholesaling?
Chantel. I tell you that right now.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, man. About 5 years ago, she saw all the ads and it was real big with all the how can I put it, all the commercials and radio ads about trying to get into real estate with no money.
Yeah.
So she was just showing it to me and telling me about it all the time. I was ignoring it. I didn't believe.
What were
I
you doing at the time?
I was in construction. I've been in commercial construction, installing HVAC systems and ductwork for like 18 years, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's that was the bread and butter for us. Oh, for me on my end. And
Yeah.
it wasn't until you get stabbed in the back or you wasn't appreciated at work where it made me not like the job and pay attention to what Chantel was talking about.
Mm, mm. Yeah,
So
yeah.
so once we went to it was a seminar pretty much, and once she convinced me to go to the free one, I went to the free one, paid attention to it. It was like, man, I love this. Let's go right now, right now, right now. So then you got the next one, the sales pitch, and so forth and so on. But after that, we jumped right in, boss.
So you were kind of dissatisfied with the W-2 and what was going on, with the work, and so that kind of primed you for when you saw something that was attractive. You were like,
Let's
hold
do
up now.
let's do it. Yeah, yeah. I was like, why would I go on this bullshit people talking about? I didn't believe that anything you can do is with no money. Period.
Mm,
You're gonna make six figures or north of six figures, seven figures. I can't see you not putting money in. That's still kind of true, but
hmm.
the way they were selling it, I just felt like it was smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, 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 100%, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I hear a lot of people that say, it's really bogus whenever people say doing deals with none of your own money, none of your own credit. And I understand what they're saying, because we still pay for marketing and there's miscellaneous fees that oftentimes do come up. But I'm not gonna hold you, and I'm sure you have this experience too, B. There are deals that I have done with literally zero of my own capital where I've raised capital. I mean, we got a deal that we're working on right now, that
yeah,
we're working on the assignment that we're
yeah,
looking on doing with none of our own money,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, to
yeah,
to be able to facilitate it. So yeah, that was the same thing for me, B. That's what hooked me. Like, wait a minute, you cleared what, 10, $15,000 and
yeah.
didn't use any of your money? What?
Yeah, we've done some deals where we didn't spend nothing. It was word of mouth, right? Maybe $60 for the decal on that I drive around on my truck, saying we buy
Mm,
houses, right? And that was from a coworker that I work with, a family member, finally wanted to sell a house. And because I used to go to, I still was working at the time, so I would go to work with the truck, with the sign on my truck, saying we buy houses, and dudes like, how you buying houses? You working here with me?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I said,
Mm.
hey man, hey, we buying houses. We speaking that into existence early in the game. Whether I'm buying it, whether I have network investors with us gonna buy it with us, however that looks,
That's right.
we're gonna get your house sold. So even though I wasn't working there anymore when he called me, but we was able to make that happen, and that was $60.
Y'all, that is the reason.
20,000.
Y'all, that is the reason why you cannot be a phantom wholesaler. If you're going to be wholesaling, you got to be loud about what you do, promote yourself, whether that's putting a decal on the whip, posting content on social media, letting your friends and family know that you buy houses now. Let them look at you crazy. It's just a season. It's only a season. Let them look at you crazy where your friends are working with you at the W-2, and they're going to be like, what are you talking about? You buy houses. You make the same amount as me.
Yeah.
And you're talking about you buy houses.
And
houses, plural.
Flexes. Yeah. And the irony of it, though, the first, we talk about family member and friends. Our first deal was a family member. So it was a family member of mine that wanted to sell a property. And in that case, that worked out good. It look like I'm frozen. Or did I freeze? Did you freeze? Did I lose you? I don't know if we lost him or what. Oh, so Aaron froze? Thought it was me. Okay.
What's up, B? My bad. Are you there? All right. So we might have to restart the live, guys. Technical difficulties on my end. My bad.
Can you see me? All
right. Yeah. There we go. Okay. My bad.
No, it's all good.
But
I
yeah,
don't know if it was me or not.
No, it was most likely me. I saw that my connection went out. So yeah, I mean, it's only a season. It's only a season when you start marketing and people are going to question you. People who know you are going to look at you, and I think that holds a lot of people back from getting into the game because you don't want to seem phony, you don't want to seem fraud, and but in the end, it's really, this has always been my mindset. Mm-hmm. It's not unethical or immoral to refer to yourself as a buyer, even if you're not. And this might be controversial, but let me know what your thoughts are on this before we get into some of the nitty gritty and what y'all got going on, B. Mm-hmm. But my mindset has always been, it's not immoral for me to refer to myself as the buyer if I'm leveraging somebody else to fund the transaction. Because most sophisticated buyers, even whenever they're taking on the deal on their own, they're utilizing someone else's money, whether it's private money, hard money, traditional money. You know what I mean? They're using someone, but they're still the buyer. And so if I'm going down on record as the buyer, but I'm utilizing someone else's money and capital, that was always my mindset. So I always came in with the utmost of confidence, like, I'm ready to buy your property right now. How did you deal with that? What was your mindset when you were first coming in terms of the wholesaling aspect?
So that matters. The confidence is one. Confidence, you have to wear it, man. It has to be like clothes, right? You have to wear it. You would be eaten up without confidence.
Man.
But the first part of that is just speaking into existence. Maybe the first 2 or 3 houses, we aren't buying them by ourselves with our company, with our LLC, and we having other people bring money in, or investors may want to buy us out of it, and we sell our equitable interest. But every time I open my mouth, we are buyers. And that's the first part. So I'm speaking this into existence, whether we're going to keep it the property or not.
That's right.
That's my first mindset. My second mindset is explaining the wholesaling side of it is complicated sometimes. So it's easier for me to just get to the numbers and get to what do you want, as of me telling you exactly what's about to happen through all of it. It's unnecessary. All right, you want this amount of money? This is what I'm going to do to get it for you. Yep. Done. I'm not going to open the door for more.
That's right.
Because the real estate alone is complicated.
That's
the numbers
right.
alone is complicated. The problem that we're solving already is complicated. And I'm about to tell you all the others, that's not necessary.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Now, what I have always done is once we get to the numbers, boom, 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 we're good to go. We're reviewing a purchase agreement. I've always let my sellers know, just so you understand how we operate. I am not using my own capital on this deal. I have funding partners who fund all of my transactions.
Yes.
Now, this doesn't change our deal one iota. I just want you to understand how we operate. And that way it just keeps everything clean. I feel like I have a good conscience before the Almighty, you know what I mean? And we're all good to go, you know, because that's important.
And it's in our purchase agreement. This
That's
is
right.
on our financial investors or our partners' approval. I am not the only one going to make this final decision. And I can't buy 10 houses in 1 month with my own money anyway. And this is another part. This is a full-blown business on our end. This is all day. So we can't buy all of them, and we don't want to lose anything. So if we come across properties and all our money is gone, you know, I had people already, you know, text me for money once they saw the flyer. It was like, hey, that's gross, man. That's not that's not money just always just sitting there. We got to move. Money got to move around. Well, I tell a seller, hey, I already bought 3 or 4. I have investors that don't do what we do on a daily basis. They're lazy. I'm gonna just say it. They have money and they're lazy. They want us to bring them properties, so we can bring them properties for you, and then you know, us and our investors will buy them together, or they just buy them from me. I'm providing a service to you and them.
Yep, that's right.
Which we will get into with help with this 100 in that quarter, because one of the bigger deals and packages was an investor that would buy from us. So, you know.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. So as everybody can see on the screen, 6 figures in 90 days, $101,700 in 90 days wholesaling real estate. That's a really, really dope quarter. Let's talk about this. B. How many deals was this? And let's start getting into how we found the deals and how we were able to pull this off in 90 days.
6. That was 6 deals.
Nice.
That was 6, and they had different variety, going up from 37,000 for an assignment to, I believe, like 5,600 on the smaller end for the assignment. But the biggest one was a package deal from one of our investors that buy properties. So this was actually the second package deal from that investor. So it was a 7. Wow. I think y'all seen it. It came across y'all table, but we were all busy and we were moving different ways. So I went with the hottest thing smoking at the time. But it's a 17-house package from an investor here in Houston that buys properties from us. Okay. And this investor want to turn around and sell some of their assets now. And I think we're sleeping on that. A lot of us would love to sell to an investor, but now realizing we can help sell the investor properties as well. They don't always go on the market. They don't always put it on the MLS. They want to be underground sometime as well. So I saw an opportunity and I asked them to let me do it. So once we did an 8-house package the first time, which was in the first quarter, that's not even in this 90-day deal. That was in the first quarter of the year. Once we showed we could close that one, I was able to get the 17-house package and move that one. And so I just sold one of our investor deals to another one of our investors in our network, and that one was a $37,000 assignment fee that came into play when it was all said and done, and all the fees get paid out and everything, and all of them had tenants in them.
Yeah.
So it turned to selling kind of like a multifamily deal because it's cash flow now, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want people to sleep on your investors.
That's
We always selling to them. Hey, they want to sell some time as well.
Yeah, so I want to break this down because this is a really dope concept. I was really excited whenever you had told me about this deal because I'm like, okay, this is what we mean when we say success doesn't go to the person with the most resources. Success goes to the person who is the most resourceful.
Yeah.
And so I love how resourceful you are because you're looking at everything around you and how you can utilize it, how you can provide value. And you're talking to one of your investors and you say, let me move your property. Now, this is somebody who buys deals from you. So how did that come about? Did you hear about it in passing conversation while you were working another deal with them? Did you happen to see him marketing other properties? Did you just ask him out of nowhere? How did that conversation start where you're asking your buyer if you can move one of his properties?
I'm glad you asked it that way because I didn't explain it that way at first. The very first package, the investor did put it in a real estate group.
Okay.
It didn't come to me initially.
Okay.
I saw it in the real estate group and I used experience to kind of get it out the real estate group. Because you can sell property in the real estate group, everybody knows it. Once I seen it in the real estate group, I called and said, take it down. Take it out of there. What are you doing? If you want to sell it that way, why you didn't call me? You know we have a great relationship. Let me take care of it. Let me get rid of all the naysayers, the tire kickers.
How did you know? How did you know to do that and call with that certainty? Did you already look at the numbers and be like, "Ooh, this is a deal"?
Nope. I know. I didn't look at the numbers. Once you go into a real estate group and everybody that's in here investing knows that you're on the timeline. So as soon as I saw it, I called. We'll get to the numbers later.
Okay.
Yeah, just like if we have cold callers calling 8,000 to 10,000 people a week, we can't talk about numbers until we get them on the phone.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and then it was a real conversation after that, and then we broke down the numbers, and we had to negotiate a little bit once the offers start coming in. But that's how I saw it, and my service was, you are too busy for this. You're about to get 1,000 calls from everybody who sees this. People who can perform, people who can't perform, people who want to buy, people who's not going to buy, people who got 1,000 JV partners, people who just learning. Every single aspect of our real estate business is about to call you about these properties.
Yeah.
So let them call me instead.
Wow.
Done. You know what, Brandon? I didn't think of it that way. Let's go. Boom. Done. Now, put that stuff on the side and I took care of it. We closed it in 30 days.
Man, that's fire. That's fire. I hope y'all are taking notes because this right here is the practical, instructional, tangible value that we look for on these types of calls. That is incredible. So that's an incredible value add to add to a buyer.
Now that was free marketing. I didn't pay for that lead.
Yeah. So I like that. So he says, you know what, you're right. And so how did y'all structure this? Did he get it under contract with you on an A to B contract, or did he assign? Well, I guess no, he owned it. So how did y'all structure that?
So the price was, at first it was a little high. It was a little high, but I have a good relationship with this investor. So we said, we're going to do multiple things here. One, let me just try to sell it at your price. If I can assign it, I would assign it. And you're going to allow me to assign it? Yes, great, I'll sign it. If I can't assign it, will you pay me? It's only two ways it can go. Will you pay me? I would be your off-market real estate agent, kind of like off-market. I'm going to bring you everything. We're going to be fully transparent. I trust you. Trust me. We've closed deals already. So, and they even mentored me at a time or two. I have questions I've asked this investor over the last 2 or 3 years when we first started. So we had a relationship, kind of, right? So if I can't assign it, then give me a percentage or whatever I bring to you. And that's what wound up happening. I couldn't assign it. It was a little too high. So they agreed to give me a percentage of the final sales price, which in this one wound up being $37,000.
$37,000 in 30 days.
Yeah, maybe a little less than 30 days. Probably about 3 weeks.
These are nuggets, y'all. These are nuggets. Now, I do want to share. I do want to share this with those of you who are a little bit newer, those of you who may not be aware of compliance.
Yes.
You know, make sure if you're going to do something like this and you're going to talk about a percentage on the back end, make sure to make it explicitly clear on your marketing that you're marketing your assignable interest. You don't want to get clocked for brokering without a license. You know what I'm saying? However, it is still 100% ethical, moral, legal what Brandon did.
Yes.
So long as you make it very clear that you are marketing your assignable interest on these deals to be able to get a percentage of the sales price on the back end. So I just want to throw that little nugget out there for those who are newer and taking notes, because I know that there's going to be a handful of people who watch this inspired by you, B, and are going to go take action, because that's nugget. And here's why that's so dope. B, because oftentimes I find the opposite extreme from your resourceful attitude and your resourceful mindset. I see the opposite extreme, which is as soon as they get an investor on the phone, oh, this person not motivated. It's an investor. He already know what the value is on the property. He's already savvy. Investors tend to be more quick. They're never going to tell you their pain because they don't want you to think they're a motivated seller. Yeah. You know what I mean? So soon as your rookie wholesaler or investor will encounter another investor, immediately they write it off as this is not somebody that would ever sell a property at wholesale value, or there's no room for me in the deal. You have a nice day. You took the opposite extreme, like, bro, you should have come to me to sell this. Let me look at the numbers, and you're looking at this as an opportunity. No wonder you made $37,000 off of it.
Yeah, and we cannot never underestimate relationships. Don't underestimate it. And maybe a different investor, I would have took a different approach. I don't have a real relationship with that investor when I saw it. I still would have spoke in that manner, but I had more confidence because I know this investor. But yes, you can't run. We're all people, man.
Yep.
We're all regular people. We're everyday people. So if we can help each other, let's do it. And of course, a service costs, man.
That's right. If
you about to die and the ambulance come to your house and save your life, they're gonna charge you later on.
That's right. You gotta pay. I love that mindset. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's how capitalism works. I feel like sometimes we're afraid to charge our value. We feel bad for monetizing service. And it's like, no, that is the law of compensation. That's the law of capitalism. That's the law of the universe. The universe says if you put in work to till and plant and water, then you should receive a harvest. Yes. Right. And so I don't know why in the world of capitalism sometimes we demonize monetization, we demonize profits, and I think a lot of it comes from poverty mindset where, we put some sort of negative connotation on making money. You know what I mean? And it's weird, but I love the fact that you have that mindset. And I feel like the reason why I want to iterate this so much, especially for newer people, is because, there's so many little nuances that we can extract from what this case study that you can utilize in your own business to eliminate some of those limiting beliefs that might be holding you back from making money. Just off of free resources like Facebook Marketplace, social media, IG. Don't think I love what you just said. We're all people. We all need help. I love what you said, Brad. This is so huge. If you get on the phone with an investor, you're talking to an investor or a rich person, or guys, you got to understand, everybody goes through timing and seasons and circumstances. Everybody. What's up? Say that again, Brandon.
Ecclesiastes, the book of Ecclesiastes. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, sir. 100%. Time and place for everything, right? We all go through our seasons. So you got to understand that not because you're talking to somebody who is overall successful, has got all these assets, they might be going through death, disease, divorce, debt, distressed properties. They might be tired landlords too. They might just be on a time crunch, and they're willing to let go of 10, 15% of equity for speed and convenience. Your job is to ask questions and figure out how you can provide value. Is that right, B?
That's 100% correct.
100%. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Okay, so let's break this down a little bit more, because that's only 37. That's only 30-something percent
Yeah.
of the six figures you brought in 90 days. And so where did these other deals come from, Brandon?
Let me go by size. I think the next one was 27, and it was some acreage that we had. It was like 5 acres that we did in Beaumont, and I had to give some shout out to my acquisition, Dalton on that one. You know Dalton. You met
All right,
Dalton.
my guy D.
This was mad follow up. This
Okay.
was confidence and follow up with this seller for maybe 8 months, 9 months. Easy deal. It was super easy. I knew it was going to be easy. I kept telling Dalton, man, call him again. And we sent this guy maybe 3 or 4 purchase agreements.
Oh wow.
That's like we didn't give up, right?
Yeah, you got to break it down.
You know how you like to go over the purchase agreements on the phone? Hey, let's go line by line, try to get you to sign right now. He wasn't having it. He had a sister in California. They had to go over it. The attorney had to read over it. And he never signed. And this was around the time when Dalton first got with us, when he got that lead and was working it. So in the middle of that, it started getting hot, and I kept keeping him motivated, and he was kind of motivated himself, to be honest with you. You know, to keep reaching out. And once he did, man, we sold it. And once we got it under contract, we sold it in a few weeks. And that was his biggest assignment for his side since he had got with us. So the 27 I'm talking about don't even include his money.
Wow.
That's just Acorns. I took out all the acquisitions and all the different people I partnered with. I took all that out of it. It was just the 27 was just out. So I think he got like 7 off it or something.
Man, that's awesome. So you had a $30,000 deal on this. We got to break this down really quick, because that's the whole purpose why we're doing this, right? Is not only share your story, but inspire, motivate, teach, instruct some of the new ones, right? So let's break this down. You had to draw up the purchase agreement 3 times.
Yes.
Seller had to review with the attorney. Seller had a sibling in California. How long from initial contact until actual executed purchase agreement?
So we closed that deal in the second quarter. So with that, January, February, March, April, May. I think we closed it in May. We were speaking with them in the summer of 2023.
There you go.
However many months that is, 8, 9 months.
Yeah. So listen,
and
y'all.
We're talking ghosting us.
Yeah.
We're talking getting a purchase agreement and just completely ghosting us. Like, man, what he didn't like on the agreement. What's line item? Number 8, number 7. Which one can we fix? Call back and find out what it is. Get him on the phone with me if we have to. I think we did that once. And yeah.
I love this. I love this so much, because oftentimes, so here are the statistics. It takes on average 8 to 15 touches for your average. So for 80% of the contracts, that contract takes 8 to 15 touches. The touch is a call, a text, a voicemail, a letter, an email. 8 to 15 touches, y'all, average, before 80% of your contracts will sign with you. And watch this. You probably already heard this, B. 44% of real estate professionals never follow up after the initial call.
Oh, man, they missing money.
44%. So 80% of the business is done between touches 8 and 12, 8 and 15. 44% of real estate professionals don't follow up after the initial call. So we don't really have competition. Really what it is most people are just not turning over enough rocks. So and I love this. So what was it in your mind where you were, did you have to like inspire your team? Was your team kind of rolling their eyes a little bit like, why are we even following up with them like that? You keep pushing me, Brandon. You know what I mean? Did you have to like remind them about the fortune being in the follow-up because you saw that this could be a good deal, or what did that look like?
Man, I'm gonna say this. We have a very small team, and I feel blessed with the people on our team. I love the people on our team because they're self-motivated already. I'm gonna say that out the gate. It's not like I have to come and wake up, hey, let's go, what we got? No, sometimes they'll be like, hey, what we got next, boss man? What we doing? Where we at? We need a new list. So I didn't have to do that often. But I'm already naturally sending quotes and stuff like that. But with this one, yes, I was like, hey, this is the deal, guys. Hey, D, this is a deal, though. This is one. I really wasn't sure what we could make. I really wasn't sure what investor would buy it. I just knew from what the comps I ran, from what we looked at, man, we could do something with this. and I'm gonna just keep it open. I don't know what we would have made, right? I just knew it was something. So and this is another thing, we do have automated follow-ups, right? So if we can't get them on the phone, we're automatically messaging every week, every month. We try not to overburden. And me and you had this conversation before. You told me, like, Brian, there's no such thing as being a pest, right, to sellers. But we definitely kept hitting. And as soon as he was available to hop on the call, we stopped everything we're doing and call. Like, nothing else matters. When you're on the phone and you finally got him on the phone, nothing else matters. If I'm calling Dalton, I have something real important to say to my guy, and he's on the phone with a seller, I tell him, do not answer my call. Like, you could call me back. You could text me and say, man, I'm busy. And I know you're talking to a seller, because that's why we're doing this. We need to talk to someone who want to talk to us. So the spread was good. The land was desolate, meaning nothing on it. So if we have a purchase agreement, it's super easy. There's no visits and showings and tenants or a house. It's just land. So once you get that once you get a contract on it, man, we should be able to sell it fast. Yeah. That was the motivating factors.
Yeah. So many good points on this. Let me just extract one more thing, because we're coming up on time and I want to get as much value from you. But here's another thing that I appreciate about this. 3 purchase agreements, guys. Seller seemingly ghosting us. Sibling in California that we got to consult. Attorney that's got to review.
Yeah.
Don't allow the little obstacles in these deals to discourage you and keep you from closing these deals and following up and being relentless and overcoming the obstacles and asking, how can I provide more value, and insisting on, here's how we can help. Because that deal turned out to be, if I do my numbers right, that deal turned out to be a minimum. That's a $34,000 payout.
Yeah.
$7,000 paid to the acquisition agent. $27,000 to the company.
Yeah.
Guys, that's life-changing. Those are life-changing numbers. I think that sometimes what we forget is, in the daily grind, the minutia is so easy to complain and groan in our spirit. But when $30,000 hits your account, that's life-changing, right? What we can utilize that for in terms of reinvesting into the business, in terms of growth, right? It makes a major difference. So one more thing that I want to say on this, because here's one thing I appreciate about Brandon and his team. They are they just have a good spirit. They have a really good spirit. And there's a quote from Marcus Aurelius in his book, Meditations, where he says, be about your work and do not complain. If you can do the work without complaining. If you cannot do the work, you ask somebody to help you without complaining. You never complain, even in your spirit. And I love how, do y'all notice how when Brandon is breaking down the story, he's smiling, he's excited about it. He's kind of telling even the difficulties. He kind of tells like a battle-hardened warrior breaking down his war stripes and scars, war scars, right? I say that because, y'all, most people would be talking trash about their seller, complaining about their seller, mad and angry about him. But Brandon understands the game, and he's like, stay relentless, stay on him, stay excited, stay enthusiastic, get in front of him, make it happen.
Yep. You have
would you say that mindset, it makes a difference in the middle of it when you're going through hard times and trying to gain traction, B?
That mindset helps you get up out that bed and get on that phone. It have to. And when it get tough, it helps you to go and say, all of you one phone call away.
Man.
Right? And you could project some of your, how can I put it? If you're having a tough time, you have to realize, okay, this person I'm talking to may be having a tough time, and I'm really here to help them. And God could have sent me, God could have sent me, business could have sent me, whatever it is, I need to help them. And I know you say you wanted to wrap it up. I had to show you one. I had to tell you one that we did where the gentleman was in the hospital.
Okay.
And speaking about ghosting, and I know David, you met David too in the team. We had the contract. It was a vacant lot in a highly sorted area here in Houston, and we had the contract signed, and he went ghost. And when he finally entered, after about 3 weeks, he was in the hospital in ICU. Aaron.
Oh, snap.
And guess what I did?
Drove up to the hospital. Skirt.
Hospital, briefcase, company shirt on, family member. They let me in, and we sat down and we talked on side that hospital bed. I mean, he wasn't dying, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's not a take advantage thing, but he was happy I found him.
Wow.
He was happy. So he just said, which hospital? HCA. He couldn't tell me which room yet. He wasn't really sure. He had a stroke. He came out of it. He answered David's call, and David told me Chantel looked up the hospital in the area of the house where he lived, and I called all the hospitals to find out what room he was in. Showed up to the hospital, and we needed an affidavit of heirship. We did it together in the hospital room, right? Closed the deal. So we have to go forward to every problem because all of them have a problem.
I love this, man. You know what, B? We're gonna have to do another one because each one of your deals, I feel like there's so many good takeaways that newer, even more experienced wholesalers and investors could keep in mind. You know, because I think sometimes we forget. We always hear it, but it's so easy to forget that really what it comes down to is the amount of money that we're making is equivalent to the amount of value that we're providing to people. Each one of these stories that you made, from the investor where you made the 37 to the land deal where you made the 34 to the hospital bed one, right? Like each one of these deals, if we really broke it down, we could do an entire case study on how the person had a pain point. Acorn Investments, led by Brandon, inserted themselves as the solution for the pain point, and we see a 6-figure in 90-day time frame, 6-figure in 90-day payout, y'all. I hope everybody is extracting value from this, motivated, inspired, and ready to go out and take action. Brandon, let me ask you this, bro. You're somebody who's doing this business at a big level. I say that with sincerity because I know that when me and you were behind the scenes, you were always thinking that you can do more. But when you really look at what you're doing, bro, you're really playing this game at a level that most people only wish to be playing the game. Even though I know that y'all's vision for Acorn is much bigger, right? But let me just edify you the way you should be. You're doing some big things right now. A lot of people know you. Everybody who I've ever spoke to about you speaks very, very highly about you. You have an incredible reputation. That in of itself is wealth right there.
That's awesome. That's a blessing.
Absolutely. You have an incredible team that's very loyal to you. I've had the privilege of meeting with them behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. You have a beautiful wife. Looks like y'all have a very happy marriage. Y'all be showing up to Superhuman Family Night.
Turned up.
So you're blessed, bro. You have a lot of experience in the game. What advice, not only just in business, because I feel like you are a successful human, not just a successful wholesaler. So you've been through a lot. I wish we had more time to really get into your story, but just as a successful person coming from where you're coming from, doing the things that you're doing, what advice do you have for upcoming entrepreneurs and people in general?
Do the work. Stop asking people for handouts is one thing. Man, you gotta so start off, treat people how you want to be treated. Don't get lost in social media. Don't get lost in what you can be. Don't get lost in what you are now. But always treat people how you want to be treated. Treat the janitor like the CEO like the janitor, and move that way. And after that, do the work. Read the books, study, get out there, because it's all repetition. We can't speak fluently unless you spoke enough. Right? You can't speak about deals unless you're closing them. Right? You have to do that. That's my advice. It's really like, if you play the sport, these people practice every day in that sport. 2-a-days, they call them sometimes.
Yeah.
My daughter right now is a gold medalist junior Olympian in the nation. And we're spending practices maybe 6 or 7 days a week for her to practice. Sometimes. That's crazy. She's 12. So if you want to make 6 figures in this business, you have to talk on the phone with people. You have to do the work, and you can't burn your bridges. Get too emotional, let it go. So that probably was a lot. I thought it would be 2 things.
No. It actually wasn't.
It
actually wasn't.
Treat people good. That's it. Treat people good and do the work. There you go.
Yeah. It felt like a lot because you were but the principles are simple, and I think everybody got the point, right?
Yeah,
do the work, show up, treat people good, right? Sometimes the most simple advice goes the farthest, bro. So I can't edify you enough. I can't speak good enough on your name, Brand. I'm so proud of you. You know I say that behind the scenes as well as in front of as well as everybody. Also, I want to give a major shout out to the fact that we had so many people on this live across all platforms, from YouTube, Facebook, the page, Twitch, Instagram. Shout out to everybody who came to show some love. We really appreciate you guys. Please go follow my brother. You can. What's your handle? Where do you want people to go follow you, Brandon?
Instagram, man. We need some more followers. You know, I'm not young, so I don't know how to get everybody following us on. Listen, Instagram at Acorn Investments for you.
Okay, so check this out. Guys, please go follow my brother at Acorn Investments
for you. The number
for you.
And Instagram.
All right. And so that's right here. Acorn Investments for you. Go follow my brother. And here's the cool thing. Here's why you should go follow Brandon. Because he's in Houston. They're doing deals nationwide. Right now, I get so many deals from Brandon. I may build my business off the back of his acquisition. Shoot, we got multiple deals that we're working on right now that are very good. My brother is really out here doing this business, so he's somebody that provides value. He's also somebody who's open to JV. He's somebody that's open to collaboration. Matter of fact, just real quick story before we go. Because we do got to wrap. One quick story. I had somebody that was looking into my mentorship, and so they wanted to they kind of wanted to work with me before they invested, and so they were open about that. They said, E, I trust you. I see you on social media, but got to do my due diligence. I'm like, that's cool. So anyway, he sends me a deal. And as he sends me the deal, and we're looking it over, and I ask him all the details. He doesn't tell me that it's somebody else's, so I don't even underwrite it. I send it over to my team to underwrite it. As my team is underwriting and looking into it, they hit me up and they're like, this is Brandon's deal, right? And I'm like, shut up.
I remember that, yeah.
So it's so funny because this person. And they're new, so they didn't. I don't fault them, but they're sending to me to see how I operate, and then my team is like, "You realize this is Brandon's deal? How do you want to handle this?" I'm like, "Please, we got to talk to Brandon. I don't want to be daisy chaining anything. Talk to Brandon, see how we could work it out." But it was funny because I'm like, "Okay, my man Brandon is really out here.
Yeah,
he's got people sending me deals.
You gotta have octopus arms, man.
Yep, 100%." So keep doing your thing, man. Keep connecting, collaborating, and making waves. I'm proud of you. And as y'all know, if you're not home yet, please drive home safe. People be driving crazy out here. When you get home, love on your loved ones because tomorrow's not promised. And brush your teeth. And for goodness sakes, don't slap nobody. Till next time, let's get it.
Peace.
We made it, that's facts. Ay. We the greatest, that's facts. Ay. Prices raising, that's facts. Ay. That's right. But we paid it, that's facts. Ay. I did. They hate it, that's facts. Ay. Cause we changing, that's facts. Ay. We did. Can't blame them, that's facts. Ay. Cause we made it, that's facts. Ay. Cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been, I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. I know you wanna look up for this. Baby, let me turn you up a bit. You said you made it through hell and back. Give me the scoop, baby.